Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After almost 30 years of a spiritual marriage, Sister Wives actress Janelle Brown's divorce from Kody Brown in 2022 signaled a change in her life, and she is now talking more about her love life. Janelle, 56, the second wife in the polygamous Brown family, stated that one of the main reasons she left was because of Kody's emotional disregard and partiality for Robyn Brown, his fourth wife. Kody's tense relationships with their 6 kids added to the stress, which made Janelle put her happiness first. Her choice came before Meri Brown's in 2023 and after Christine Brown's in 2021. Kody stayed with Robyn Brown. Janelle's decision to leave was a reflection of her need to escape a situation in which she felt underappreciated, especially during their several marriages when Kody's attention was primarily focused on Robyn. Janelle has welcomed a new beginning since their split, emphasizing personal development and making new friends. She doesn't actively pursue romance, but she's not closed off to the possibility. Distancing herself from Kody and Robyn, Janelle has formed a new social group. The Sister Wives Season 19 actress is also pursuing independence with a detox mentality for 2025. As she reassesses her objectives and navigates single life, her story demonstrates perseverance. Janelle loved polygamy more than any other of Kody's wives. The Sister Wives actress has expressed how much she believed polygamy suited her. Janelle stated that she enjoyed not having Kody there every night, even if her other sister wives prefer to have him around more frequently. She relished the freedom the way of life provided. She enjoyed having extra mothers to look after her kids while she was at work. Although Janelle has pleasant memories of polygamy, it's uncertain if she would choose to live the lifestyle again. Janelle was not the first of Kody's spouses to leave him, and she would not be the last when she did so in 2022. Meri, his first wife, walked away in 2022, and Christine, his third wife, left in 2021. Finding love has been Christine and Meri's top priority ever since they left. Meri is actively searching, while Christine has already remarried to David Woolley. Janelle's desire to date has diminished. The Sister Wives Season 19 star declared she will never get married or date again in an interview with the Sibling Revelry podcast. She declared, "I am done," and added, "I love my single life." The Sister Wives Season 19 actress isn't adamant about staying single forever, though. She later stated in the same podcast episode that she would be open to anything that came up. Janelle could need more time before she's ready to start dating again because her divorce and the terrible death of her son are still very much fresh in her mind. Janelle doesn't have to be ready to date again just because her ex-sister wives were. In a recent Sister Wives Season 19 episode, Janelle reflected on her life after splitting from Kody and accepted her identity as a very sexual being. In response to Kody's previous assertion that she lacked desire, Janelle boldly denied his story while highlighting her vivacious sexiness. Although she stated that she is open to romance in the future, her current priorities are independence and personal development. As she leaves her 30-year spiritual marriage and prioritizes her own goals and identity, Janelle's open declaration reveals her path of self-discovery and strength. There are some hints from the one-on-one specials that suggest Meri Brown may still be in love with her ex-husband, Kody Brown, even after the conclusion of the most recent season of TLC's Sister Wives. In a series of one-on-one interviews with host Suki Krishnan, the 4 major cast members of Sister Wives Season 19 discussed the season and its consequences. There were several obvious indications during Meri's parts that she still harbors feelings for Kody. Meri occasionally defended Kody's behavior, in contrast to prior wives Christine Brown Woolley and Janelle Brown, who had harsh comments for their ex-husband. Meri also spoke affectionately about their marriage's happy moments, something that neither Christine nor Janelle seemed to be able to accomplish. Throughout the season, there were indications of their affection for one another, such as when Kody assisted Meri in moving from Flagstaff to Utah. Meri didn't turn around, even though she was perplexed by Kody's feelings on the day of the move. She seemed to have found peace with Kody, though, or she is still in some manner captivated by him. Mary refrained from jumping on the bandwagon and criticizing Kody in the heated argument over his usage of luggage racks when traveling with his wives, which Christine said was a metaphor for their whole relationship. Christine remembered how Kody would take the baggage rack for himself whenever they traveled, allowing the spouses to store their bags somewhere else. In this TikTok shared by TLC, Robyn Brown claimed she just took the baggage rack first without any problems, while Janelle supported Christine's account. "I don't feel like it's fair to sit there and complain," Mary said, downplaying the luggage rack's symbolic meaning. "I don't want to be critical. That doesn't appeal to me. That is not something I will do." Mary wouldn't consider the state of the luggage rack to be anything more than it was. In response to Suki's question about whether Mary thought Kody ever put himself first, Mary groaned and stated that he did, but only sometimes. Mary, who tends to tread a little more gently, and Christine and Janelle, who joyfully criticize Kody, appear to be on opposite sides of a line. She defends Kody from critics by claiming that he frequently prioritizes other people. It's uncertain if Mary genuinely still feels something for him, or if she just wants to maintain harmony. Mary gets really excited when she thinks back on her early years with Kody. She claimed that Kody was quiet and shy, while she was the reverse. He was boisterous, outgoing, and had a talent for winning people over. Mary fell even more in love with him as a result. In retrospect, Mary's endearing memory of their early years together is depressing. Kody made her feel so unique at the time, and she was completely enamored with him. Kody gave Mary a grin and made her feel like she mattered. In response to Suki's question about how recently she had experienced it from Kody, Mary sighed and replied, "It's been a while." In a different scene, Suki asked Kody why he claimed that the only safe spaces he had in the numerous marriages were Mary and Robyn. The topic was brought up after it was disclosed that Kody had only told Mary and Robyn about an intimate college experience. After recalling how initially he and Mary felt much safer together, Kody talked about Robyn's support as a wife. Kody appears shocked to recall how emotionally personal he was with Mary when Suki tries to get him to talk about how he only felt secure with her at first, and then with Robyn. He claimed that he had not recognized he was actually vulnerable with Mary for a long time. "I suppose it just kind of grew out of it." He was stupid to claim he was never in love with Mary, according to Kody. Mary thought it was interesting and nice that he recalled that he had trusted her when Suki told her what he had said. Mary responded that she felt comfortable with Kody when Suki asked her if she did. Mary still appears to have a soft spot for Kody, or at least to be carrying a torch for him. She refrains from adding insults while Janelle and Christine are disparaging him because of this. Mary most likely cherishes the recollection of the time when she and Kody were the only ones there. Mary Brown, star of Sister Wives, finally clarified how her ex-husband Kody Brown actually met Robyn, his fourth wife. Kody talked about meeting Robyn for the first time with candid host Sukanya Suki Krishnan in the Sunday, June 15th edition of the TLC series. Meanwhile, by dispelling a myth regarding Kody and Robyn's disastrous encounter, Mary conveyed a daring message. "Do you ever have any regrets about introducing Robyn to Kody?" She was asked by Krishnan. When she said, "I didn't introduce Robyn to Kody," the bewildered host said. "You didn't?"
"No.
I introduced him, and now there's this whole huge thing going on Twitter." "They weren't introduced by me," Mary demanded. "Kody and I were together when we met her for the first time. We were driving down the road, and our neighbors, our friends, were outside talking," Kody's first, now ex-wife, said. "Thus, we paused to greet our companions. She and I kind of struck up a conversation while he was speaking to her cousin's spouse. And I'm not sure why, but we simply felt a connection. We had the impression that we could be buddies." But after they departed, Kody informed Krishnan that Mary had offered a suggestion. Mary said, "Hey Kody, you should look into her," as we were leaving. "She's adorable," he clarified. He didn't start courting Robyn till later. Mary, Christine, and I all went to a dance together, and Christine had gone home early, Kody stated to Krishnan. And Mary said, "You should go ask Robyn to dance," as it was almost the last dance. She is present. Mary appears to have contributed to the development of Kody and Robyn's relationship even though she did not introduce them. After years of enduring a marriage that slowly became more of a business partnership than a romantic relationship, Janelle Brown has finally stepped into the dating spotlight, and fans are hanging on her every word as she candidly shares what it's like to re-enter the world of modern romance after decades with Kody Brown, a man who, as viewers of Sister Wives know all too well, gradually pulled away from every wife but Robyn, leaving emotional neglect, confusion, and heartbreak in his wake. But for Janelle, always the pragmatic one, the level-headed counterpart to Kody's erratic behavior, the end of their spiritual marriage marked not devastation, but liberation. And now, in a bold, refreshing turn of events, she's opening up about what it means to date again, not just as a divorced woman in her 50s, but as someone who is finally discovering what she wants in a partner. And what's become clear in her new public statements is this: Janelle is done compromising. She's done waiting. And she's definitely done settling. This time, it's going to be on her terms. In a recent exclusive sit-down, Janelle spoke with a refreshing blend of humility, vulnerability, and her signature grounded wisdom about everything from dating apps to awkward first dates to the emotional whiplash of flirting with new beginnings while still healing from old wounds. "I didn't even know where to start at first," she admitted. "It's not like I have a ton of dating experience. I went from being single to plural marriage in my early 20s, and that's where I stayed. I didn't have boyfriends. I didn't have those milestones. I had a husband. And now, at 50-something, I'm asking myself questions I've never had to ask before." Fans were immediately struck by her honesty, especially when she laughed off the idea of re-downloading Tinder, joking, "Swipe left on any man with 7 kids and control issues," a clear wink to her past with Kody. But behind the humor is a woman who's deeply reflective, one who's taking her time, learning herself, and navigating the unfamiliar terrain of modern dating without losing the strong sense of self that made her a fan favorite. When asked what she's looking for, Janelle didn't hesitate. "Peace. Partnership. Someone who sees me. I don't need drama. I don't need chaos. I've had enough of both to last a lifetime. I want someone who makes me laugh, who listens, who respects my independence." That independence is key, because if there's one thing Janelle has made clear since her split from Kody, it's that she is no longer interested in being someone's second, third, or fourth priority. After years of watching her emotional needs be pushed aside for the sake of family order, she now prioritizes connection over tradition, presence over promises, and real intimacy over performative unity. And while she admits that dating can be daunting, especially after so much time out of the game, she also lights up when she talks about the freedom she now feels. "It's a little scary, but it's also exciting," she said. "Because for the first time in a long time, I get to ask myself, what do I want?" And that's a powerful thing. Fans have responded with overwhelming support, flooding her social media with messages of encouragement, admiration, and even offers to play matchmaker. "Janelle deserves the world," one fan commented. "She held it all together for so long. Now it's her time." Others have floated the idea of a spin-off reality series, Janelle Dates, where the mother of 6 explores romance, reinvention, and self-discovery in a way that's fun, empowering, and deeply relatable. TLC has yet to comment on the possibility, but whispers inside production suggest that such a concept has been discussed, and after Christine's successful journey with David Woolley, fans are hungry to see Janelle get her love story too. And speaking of Christine, Janelle says her bestie's romantic rebirth has inspired her more than she ever expected. "Christine's relationship with David gave me hope," she shared. "Watching her be treated the way she deserves, it was a wake-up call. I realized I want that too. Not to be rescued, not to be completed, but to be celebrated. That's what real love looks like." The two women have stayed close, often vacationing together, collaborating on business ventures, and serving up serious bestie goals on Instagram. But now fans are wondering whether Janelle might be next to post a couple selfie, and whether there's a new mystery man already in the picture. So far, Janelle is staying mum on the details, though she did tease that she's been on a couple of interesting dates, including one where her suitor didn't realize she was a public figure. "He kept asking me why people were staring," she laughed. And then finally someone came up and asked for a selfie, and he looked like he'd seen a ghost. I guess I forgot not everyone knows the show. She admitted it can be hard to tell whether someone is interested in her or in her notoriety, which is why she's leaning toward more private, low-key settings, quiet dinners, long walks, cozy conversation. I don't need a flashy guy, she said. I just want someone kind, someone solid, someone real. And while dating has opened up new possibilities, Janelle is quick to point out that her identity isn't defined by whether or not she finds another partner. I'm not incomplete without a man. I'm not rushing anything. I'm learning to love my own company, and that's been the most transformative part of this journey. For the first time in forever, I wake up and I don't feel tension. I don't feel overlooked. I feel peace. And that's something I won't trade for anyone. Her fans, especially women in midlife or post-divorce phases themselves, have hailed her as a beacon of hope, a quiet feminist icon, and proof that starting over doesn't mean starting from scratch. It means starting from wisdom. And yet, there's still that glimmer in her eye. The one that hints she wouldn't mind a slow dance on a Sunday night, a hand to hold on a long drive, a text that says, "I'm thinking about you." She may not be desperate for love, but she's open to it. And that openness, combined with her strength, maturity, and authenticity, is what makes Janelle's dating journey so compelling. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about proving anything to Kody. This is about rediscovering the girl she used to be before she became someone's second choice. It's about reclaiming joy, reclaiming agency, reclaiming herself. So, where does Janelle go from here? Sources say she's considering moving closer to some of her adult children, possibly buying her own place in a new city, and continuing to expand her health and wellness coaching business. Romance might be part of her future, but Janelle is building a full life, with or without it. Still, fans remain hopeful. After all, if anyone deserves to be swept off her feet, it's the woman who once stood firmly on the ground, holding up an entire family that rarely held her in return. And now that she's free to dream, to choose, and to love again, there's no telling what beautiful surprises may lie ahead. For viewers who've been watching Sister Wives from the very beginning, it's nearly impossible to forget the way Meri Brown once looked at Kody Brown, with unwavering devotion, pride, and the kind of quiet hope that spoke volumes even when she wasn't saying a word. She was the first wife, the legal wife, the woman who took a spiritual leap into plural marriage because she believed in it, because she believed in him. And despite all the years of emotional starvation, public rejection, and heartbreaking estrangement, fans can't help but notice. Meri still seems to be in love with Kody. Yes, even after the official split, even after Kody made it excruciatingly clear that he had no interest in a romantic relationship with her, even after she declared that she was moving forward on her own, there's a lingering sadness, a subtle yearning in her eyes, a sense that something inside Meri remains tethered to the man who once called her his soulmate, only to later abandon her emotionally, spiritually, and eventually, entirely. And fans everywhere are asking the same thing. Is Meri truly over Kody, or is she still hopelessly, heartbreakingly in love with him? To understand where this theory comes from, we have to look at the timeline of heartbreak, a slow, silent collapse of what was once the core of the Brown family. When Robyn entered the picture, everything changed. Kody's affections shifted, his attention became selective, and Meri, who had once held a place of emotional prominence in his life, began to disappear from the spotlight of his heart. Their dynamic, once playful and intimate, became stiff, formal, almost like that of old acquaintances navigating awkward small talk. But even as the cracks deepened and the pain became public, Meri never lashed out. She never walked away. Instead, she doubled down, seeking therapy, expressing her willingness to rebuild, asking, begging, even for emotional reconnection. And that's where the first big clue lies. Meri was willing to endure humiliation, rejection, and emotional abandonment, just to keep the possibility of love alive. That level of loyalty doesn't just evaporate. It embeds itself. It lingers. Fast forward to the infamous catfishing scandal, a storyline that nearly broke Meri and became tabloid fodder for years. Many saw it as a betrayal, but others saw it for what it truly was, a cry for connection from a woman so deeply lonely and emotionally malnourished that she sought love in the only space where she felt seen, an online friendship. And what was perhaps most heartbreaking about that chapter wasn't the deception itself. It was the way Mary tried to explain it. She wasn't angry. She wasn't defensive. She was hurt. And above all, she still held on to the idea that maybe, just maybe, Kody would understand, would reach for her again. But he didn't. Instead, Kody shut her out even more, delivering icy confessional interviews where he admitted he didn't feel romantic toward her anymore. He said he didn't see a future. He said he wasn't coming back. And yet, even after all that, Mary stayed.